Hi folks, it's Mike here with another video. While my channel is mainly about motorcycling, I do use it for a few videos on cycling, photography and wildlife from time to time. Today's one of those times, as a few viewers have asked about my e-bike. So this is Sparky, my pedal assist e-bike. During the COVID crisis, I got back into cycling on my ancient mountain bike, but as I ventured further afield, I found the hills were the thing that was holding me back. Always concerned I'd not be fit enough to get back home. The opportunity to buy Sparky second-hand arose, and after a test ride I was hooked. So first of all, what is a pedal assist e-bike? There's a lot of misunderstanding out there, and the great majority think that they are almost like an electric moped. That's not the case, well, for the road legal ones anyway. In the UK, a pedal assist e-bike can only have a 250 watt motor, and it can only apply assistance up to approximately 15 miles per hour. You'll hear I said assist a few times there, and that's the key point. The bike adds power to your pedalling. If you don't pedal, it doesn't go. Once over 15 miles per hour, you are pedalling with your leg power only. I know that many will say, what's the point of that? But once you experience it and realise it takes away that hill anxiety, it is a game changer. I now ride regularly by myself and with mates, on 30, sometimes 40 mile rides, exploring roads and lanes which I would never have done on my old mountain bike. I'm much fitter and I've lost a shed load of weight. Let's have a look at my bike in detail. Its brand name is FreeGo, and they are a leading company in the early adoption of e-bikes. I say were, as sadly, like many others, they have gone bust. They used to market heavily on being a UK company, but as many have discovered, the majority of these bikes are made in China and then branded for sale in the UK by various companies, who may modify them to add their own unique selling point. My bike has a very well made frame, and the motor is made by a company called Bafang, one of the large manufacturers of e-bike motors. There's generally two types of motor, ones like mine that have a mid motor, and others which are built into the hub of the wheel. The advantage of the mid motor is that its assisted power goes through the chain and therefore makes use of the gears you may have on the bike. On my bike, built into the motor are sensors to detect when you are pedalling. Mine senses torque, that's how hard you are pressing the pedals and also how fast. On many of the cheaper bikes, particularly ones with hub motors, they only sense the pedal speed. The dual sensors make the assistance much more integrated, and you hardly notice as the power cuts in and out. With just a pedal sensor, you can really feel it being switched on and off. The Bafang motor has 5 different assist levels, and you can switch on the fly via the buttons and display on the handlebars. I generally ride with the bike with it switched to the lowest, and then add the higher settings for the hills or quick getaways across busy junctions. I mentioned the gears. Mine has an 8-speed Shimano setup. The advantage of having a commonly used brand is that in the future spare parts will not be an issue. The same with the Tektro hydraulic brakes and Suntour suspension forks. And now to the battery. How far will it go is always the question you get asked. Well, as you can ride it with the motor turned off, there is no limit, but realistically, using it as I do, the range is around 60 to 70 miles, and the battery can be recharged in a few hours. Long term, there are many companies that will fit new cells in the existing case, and I'm expecting plenty of use before that would need to happen, as it won't just die, instead the range will gradually diminish. The bike is now 5 years old and has done 1,500 miles, and the battery is still functioning perfectly. You may have noticed that the bike looks a little different to the original photo at the beginning of the video. As I do go out on wet roads, I decided to fit a proper pair of full mudguards, as the original shorty style ones were pretty useless. I've also added a couple of bags to carry my phone, keys, wallet, pump, spare inner tube and tyre levers. There's also now a bottle rack on the bike, which I had to fit with an adapter kit as the frame wasn't drilled for adding one. And then I have front and rear design cycle lights that have bright daytime modes. These are very useful when in and out of the shade on the tiny country lanes. Finally, I had to add a pair of bar end mirrors, as I felt lost without them after riding my motorcycle. It really highlighted to me how much I use them. There's lots of bikes out there for sale, from the ridiculously cheap to the scarily expensive. The two bikes I've seen recently that are nearest to mine are the Scoot Voyager, which has a Bafang motor, and the Halfords Carrera Crossfire, which uses the Bosch motor. Generally, you will find the more you pay, it is the components of brakes, gears and suspension that improves. Hope you found this useful if you're thinking of getting an e-bike. Please ask any questions in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Until next time, keep safe.